Live. What's up, guys? Albanster here. Nice evening tonight. A little not too hot, not too cold. Just here at a park. Little. I don't even know if it's considered a park. It's more of a gathering area for events, but part of a neighborhood, community neighborhood that I do not belong to. But no one's here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now I know no one is live. Well, has joined this live session yet, but in case anyone watches it later on, once it's officially published, um, we will take a walk. I chose this area because, for one thing, it may seem like an ordinary park, as you can see, but sprinklers just went off. But over here is something that I've added my own touch to. Let's see, where is it? Over here. In case any of you are wondering, if you do happen to live in Albuquerque, this is the Story Rock neighborhood right off Unser. Story Rock community neighborhood. Over there's Unser. And over there's the beautiful Sandia Mountains. But right here, as you can see, it's wet. And the reason why is because I've planted a California fan palm here from one of my seedlings that I grew from seed. So I'm going to be coming back roughly every 3 days to water it. I will try and be back Friday, just so I can get through the weekend, and then I can water it Monday. So I'm having a set schedule to come back and water this. There's a little entrance over there, and then there's an entry over here back onto Unser. So, like I said, I know no one's on right now, but if anyone wants to watch this later, feel free to do that, because you'll be able to hear what I've said before someone actually joins. So, but yeah, right here, again, like I said, planted a Mexican fan palm. This is pretty soft soil, almost like a sandy type soil, but should be good enough. I just planted it too. Maybe planted it back on Monday. I planted it Monday because Tuesday and Wednesday were really windy. I was going to come back tomorrow and water it, but I came today. So, yeah, there it is. Hopefully it will take, and hopefully it will make it. And I planted it in a inconspicuous area where not many people are going to pay attention. Out here, there's a lot of weeds, and it's really not kept up back here. Tons of chamisas, and weeds. So one of the main reasons why I planted it here, just so people wouldn't mess with it, wouldn't even know or pay attention or think of it. But in case anyone did happen to walk to this area, I've made a well around it much higher than the ground, so someone knows that, hopefully someone knows that this was man-made, So, but yeah, little palm seedling there. Hopefully it will take, and this is a perfect area for a palm tree because it gets full sun and shade, and because the sun rises over there, and throughout the day it sets over there. So perfect spot for one, and there's no wires or anything above, so perfect area to do this. But They claim that they're real strict with this property here. With the signs are the kind of thing to deter people, but judging by the way this is maintained, I don't think anyone really comes out to maintain it. So hopefully we'll make it, and I'll keep coming back to check up on it. Right now we're gonna go check out the big California fan palm. It's a nice Wednesday evening. But yeah, I just fill up this Gatorade bottle with water and go and water it. So far it's done pretty good for the past 2 days that it's been there. Can't wait to actually see it fully take, and if it does, because it will definitely be a nice touch to see a palm in a public area that I planted. I could say that tree is there because of me. Most people in Albuquerque really don't know that you can grow palms here, but you can. That's the real difference. People don't know you can grow palm trees, but you can. They have to get big. They have to get to a certain size in order to survive, but they will survive. As long as it's a windmill palm, Trachycarpus fortunei, or a Washingtonia foliifera California fan palm, it will survive. Mexican fan palm, not so much. Though it's very possible that in the near future it will. Again, sorry about the traffic. It's just a really busy road. I know my channel may be too big to start live streaming, but it's already been 8 minutes, and no one has joined. But I'm hoping when they do see this live stream after it's been published, it will be for your entertainment. Crossing the road here now. So yeah, this palm is pretty far, maybe I would like to say almost 2 miles one way, so from where I'm located, but back, to walk back the 4 miles round trip. So sun setting over there. So much traffic for this road. Nice wall art. I've walked this way about maybe, I would say about 5 to 8 times maybe. This is the first time of the year I'm going out here, so. And across another street. There we go. Luckily, I got the green light, so that works. There's some blue agave right there. And a lizard. And we are almost there. About maybe another maybe about another 50 yards. 50, 60 yards maybe. Right now it's about maybe 58, 60 degrees maybe. Oh, well, there's one person to the party. We're going to go check out this palm now. Big, massive one. Well, we're almost there. About 20 yards. Again, sorry about the traffic. It's a busy road. So you can just see how much traffic's coming. And it's this next street up here. Probably 500 feet. Oh wow, they already pruned it. At least these people maintain their palm tree, so at least they can do that. But there it is. Usually it has a full crown, but I think this is the first full year that they cut everything off before the new growth has really started pushing, so I'm not sure. Because it's always had a full crown about this time of year, even if the leaves are dead. He usually has the fountain on too, but it's still freezing, so maybe he hasn't. But look at that big California fan palm. Massive. Huge. It would look a lot better, but see, the thing that I hate is when people cut them off completely, even if the petioles are still green. You know, it still provides nutrients to the tree, so to leave only maybe 3 fronds up there is kind of sad, because it's gonna, take some time to push them all out. But once we start getting in the 80s, which will be next week, should be a lot better. You can also see there's a mini windmill palm, Trachycarpus there, as well as way over there, Trachycarpus, and two more big ones right here. I don't believe he has any more in the back of his house, but really that's the main event of it. Not sure if anyone can see back there. Oh yeah, you can see big California fan palm. It's nice though, at least there's a variety around. You know, I do like this big fountain, it's really cool. You can kind of see part of the trunk over there. It's a good size. But I'll keep doing updates on it. I don't know, I thought there was another one around, but I don't suppose so. But that thing has to be easily 12 feet, if not more. No, it has to be, I would say 15 to 16 feet maybe, easily with the fronts the way they are. But yep, on the way back now. Like I said, it's about a good 2 miles from where I'm located, so 4-mile round trip roughly. A good workout though. See, a lot of people confuse yuccas for palms as well. They like to think that they look similar, and they do. Don't get me wrong, they do, but they don't look as nice. So in case any of you are just joining in, I had mentioned in the beginning of the video that I had planted a little seedling in a nearby neighborhood community that I'm not part of. I don't live in that community, but they have a little park not too far, so I planted one and hopefully it takes. But we'll go check that out now on the way back. So who do we have here? Who's in the video? Make yourselves known. Comment, whatever you. Let's see who's here. I'm assuming Justin and Julian, but Central's pretty far. It's about, from where I am right now, it's probably about a good 7 miles, maybe 8 miles. Chief Boogie. Yeah, if anyone's watching this live stream, go subscribe to Chief Boogie. He only has 2 videos that aren't fully published. Basically has to send you a link to watch the video, but and it's Bucky, Bucky Dog Games. There he is. Had you just joined this live stream maybe 2 minutes ago, I was over there at that other California fan palm, just right over there. But once this live stream ends, you'll be able to see it. How is your seedlings doing that I gave you? Well, sold you. I gave you an extra, but there's a blue agave right there. Very pretty, getting ready to open more. Did we lose Chief Boogie? Get the green arrow again. Chat says the seedling are doing great, that are growing fast. I made a video today of germinate seeds. I'm happy they grew. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear they're doing good. I told you they would, and basically every seed that I gave you, I gave you extra, but every seed should pop because I haven't had any issues, and they're fresh, so no reason why they shouldn't be able to. But if anyone's familiar with the Story Rock neighborhood community, that's where the seedling is located. And like I said, I'm going about every 3 days to go and water it. I take a big Gatorade bottle and I go and start watering it. And I planted it in an inconspicuous area where people really wouldn't think twice about it, but mainly planted it in an area and made a well around it, so it looks like something has actually been planted there. And if anyone tries to go and mess with it, hopefully they won't. But we're almost there. Have you germinated any of your sables? Have they popped yet? I also recommend anyone who watches this live stream go, if they're into palm trees, go subscribe to Bucky Dog Games Palm Trees. Feel free to do that. Giving him a shout out. So really cool guy. He's a young kid, but he does really amazing art with palm trees. He does very good. He does very good videos with his seedlings and palms that he's been growing here in central New Mexico, Albuquerque. So doing very good. About another, I'd say 500 feet maybe, we'll be there. But first time of the year going out to see that palm. I was there about maybe 4 months ago. I passed through here and they hadn't trimmed it yet, but there's two good sized California palms in my area. One on Ladera and on Ladera near Trisco, or I would say Ladera and El Rey, right in that area. And then there's that other one over here on Flor del Sol with Flor del Sol and Unser. So we are almost there. It's right near Mariposa Trail. About 50% of my washi seeds germinated, but the others are starting, if you look real close. I planted one of the seeds, sable seeds, with my other sable palm, but I'm really not sure if it's gonna pop. Finally, my dates have sprouted, so that's great. I already see the green tips, and they're gonna be growing fast. Two of them take. It's very hard to germinate date palms because they can get moldy and rotted very fast. So you just have to plant. You just have to take a whole bunch of seeds and hope that you at least get one or two. And that's basically what I did. I got like 8 or 10 seeds. I took a big old stock of seeds and brought it here, but then half of them were empty. So that was kind of unfortunate, but anyway, we're here at the park. I like to say park, but again, it says this is a HOA covenant, but Story Rock. But it's over here. If anyone's caring to watch. Again, as you can see, there it is. I made a little well too, so people won't mess with it, hopefully. But yep, that's where the California fan palm seedling is. Right in this nice little park. This is where I started off first, and you can see pretty nice area, so I like to just come here and chill out for a while, hang out. But yep, on the way back home, again, I had to bring in my palms too, because it was getting cold last night, down to 23. So brought them in, locked them in the room so the cats won't mess with them, and hopefully I can bring everything back out tomorrow, if not by Friday. And then next week will be lovely. 80s, 85 degrees, plus against a hot wall. You're usually talking 95 to 100 degrees back there, so they'll definitely love that. Yeah, and then about another, half mile to my house, so not bad. Trying to lose weight, so I could afford to walk, especially in the nice cool times of the day. Once summer comes, you're basically screwed because it just gets too hot. Can't really do anything. Who else joined? Let's see. Now we're back to 2 people. Unless it's Boogie again. Or Julian, but yeah, maybe I've been walking for what time is it? 7:09, so been walking maybe about 45 minutes. But it's a good stretch. But yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to ask. Finally glad I got live stream capabilities now, because now I can live stream. I figured walks are probably the best time to live stream because they're not so boring. Plus, if I had time, I'd be able to do live stream video games, but I need a tripod for that. So, and we almost back. But another, I would say about another maybe football field length. So 100 yards. Our date palms hardy. I know a lot of date palms in ABQ, some with dates. You've seen date palms in Albuquerque? I've seen, the only ones that I know that are really tall were planted about 4 or 5 years ago. And they were planted in a neighborhood off, I think, Lindale Drive or something. It's right off there. Kind of near the Popeyes on Coors. No, on Corrales Road. Kind of in the Cottonwood. It's right where the Integrity Auto is. Kind of right where that High Point Grill or something is. Those are the only date palms that I know about. And I thought they had seed, but not entirely sure. There is also a California fan palm I haven't gone to see yet, but there is one in that neighborhood as well. So yeah, that one I'm talking about. On Springs Road? What part of town is that one? By Indian School in Chelwood. Huh. I finally went to the ones off, it's right there, Hawthorne Road or something. It's where they have a bunch of those windmills. I should have taken, I think I took some pictures. I'm not sure if I did or not, but it's out there, I think off Montgomery. And I like to say Montgomery. It's in between Montgomery. Well, it's on Montgomery, but it's in between Wyoming and Eubank, right around there. And it's off into the right side in the neighborhoods there. Could even be Hollowbrook or something like that, but it's a house that has tons of windmill fan palms. And we are back in my neighborhood, so thankfully. Yeah, and the sun is setting about now. I'll show you a few of the palms that I planted, seedlings that I planted in some empty spaces around my yard. Just recently, the same day that I planted that one in the park. So, almost back home. If I was on the east side, I would do a live stream between all the palms that are on that side, but over here I'm surrounded by maybe two. Yep, today was a long day, very long. Got up, went to work, got back home about 4, and about 4:30 almost. And we are pretty much home. Here, doing just fine. There it is. There's the nice windmill. Finally opening another frond. Doing just fine. Planted a few more back here. Here's the little tiny seedling, you can barely see it right there. Planted that one. And over here, right near my sign here, there's another one right here. So hopefully those will take. Also, many people say not to, no, many people don't really prune these cactuses, but I did. These yucca, and you can just see how much better they look skinned. Opposed to these ones. You could just see the difference. So we also have the flowering pears. Pear trees starting to bloom. As you can see here too in my garage, here's the Mediterranean seedlings still popping through. Some older ones, Californias, another Mediterranean, and that's really all that's there right now. And over here, we have the big Mexican and Canary and Sable. All doing just fine. It's kind of weird how the purple's going up. But mainly just put it here in my office. Over here we can see the other ones. Canary Island. It has a little bit of very, very minor. You would hardly even know burning. Kind of see a little bit there, but still pushing out new growth, doing really well. So far so good. Sable there. But yeah, that's pretty much what's new right now with those. So anyway, I don't think there's any other palms that I have that I'm really growing right now. I need to get some pots, little cups or something and some dirt to start germinating the sables that Bucky Dog Games gave me, or AK Gabriel. But yep, there's a saguaro right there from Arizona. Other pineapple I'm trying to grow for some grandparents, and the big pineapple, which is close to my hand, pretty big. So, and of course I just keep all the seedlings in here, right in here. Keep them all by the window where they get full sun. I'm doing very good. You can see the big old trunk on that one, and you can see the two little dates in that one. But yeah, I guess there's nothing else that anyone wants to talk about right now, then I guess I will end the live stream. So if anyone wants to chat in last minute, feel free to do so. But hopefully I can do more live streaming. We're almost at 100 subscribers, so I know it's nothing to brag about, but it's an achievement, at least for this channel and for all of us. It's really cool that many people actually like my videos. And I try and mix it up. I try and I try and make it interesting. But I thank each and every one of you for subscribing and following this channel. It means a lot. I truly mean that. We'll try and push for the 100, well, 1,000 eventually. But definitely very cool. And let's see what he said. Sable seeds are very picky, like date palms, but not as picky. Yeah, figures. I mean, I always thought sables were pretty easy, but they do have a shell coating on them, so it's almost like a Bismarck, except it just crumbles off. It's a little tiny smooth seed. Bismarcks are pretty hard to take off the outer shell, so I really doubt any of those are going to sprout, but we'll see. It goes to show that it might take up to 6 months, if not more, for them to sprout, but because that's how long my Mediterraneans took. I got the Mediterranean seeds back in August of last year in Las Cruces, and it barely sprouted since maybe a few months, maybe a month ago. They barely started sprouting, so that kind of told me that, hey, if they can go maybe 6, 7 months, like I said, it's really how long they can take, but we'll see. So yeah, I guess if that's it, then again, I thank every one of you, and we're almost there. We're at, I think, at maybe 80, almost 80 subscribers, and I just started YouTube since what, beginning of January, I think January 1st. So again, doing very well within a short amount of time, and willing. We're all gonna, have fun with this, and I'm glad it took off. Because my main thing. Let's see what he says. I planted my sable seeds 5 or 4 months ago, and you can barely see a dot on it. Huh? Like you can barely see the little white root popping out. But yeah, I mean it's really cool. It's really satisfying to be able to post videos and actually have people who actually respond or like them. They that's what I really find cool about YouTube, and you have those memories for forever. Um, my main goal was I'm gonna start YouTube beginning of 2023, and if it takes off, great. If not, well, at least I tried it. But so far so good. And with the destruction channel, I do have, well, -5, I would say 25, and we'll just say 80, 105 roughly. So 105 subscribers, considering both channels, but they're separate things. And I do have a new video uh, for the destruction channel, so if anyone wants to go check that out, soon I will be posting it. I would say it should be uploaded by tomorrow for sure. I'm going to try and get it on tonight, depending on how long it takes. So, it should be on by late tonight, early tomorrow for sure. So, go check that out. R&J Destruction. I wish I'd compost a lot more, but just finding stuff to destroy and having to buy it, some of it, it's really expensive. So, just to buy some of it, and like I said, right now I have more things to focus on before doing that, but I do want to at least give some people some content through there. But yeah, if anyone's watching from that channel or knows about that channel, follow my main channel instead if you want to see more of my content. But let's see, did he write back? Yeah, root. Okay. Like it's cracked the seed with a dot, but I think it's the root. Huh. Yeah, I've seen that because when I've soaked the sable palm, I mean the California fan palm seeds, there's like a little dot, that's getting ready to pop out. And if you leave them in there a little longer, you might see a little root. But the best time to do it is just plant them. If you second you see a little bit of white, plant them. Keep them in moist soil and put them against the sun area, like a warm area. I'd probably start them on a heat mat, if anything, if you have one. And that would definitely help because the heat really helps a lot. And then the sunlight's just an added bonus to that. So now that we're warming up, you probably can get away without using a heat mat, but through winter, definitely do it because I was, growing. I was having palm sprout and everything in the middle of November, December, and they were in complete darkness for probably 2, 3 months, and finally I've been able to split them up and keep them out. And I planted them in individual cups, but the wind has been messing that up. So they've been in a box, in my insulated box, to prevent it from from tipping over or getting destroyed. Over here, you can see the box right there that I used to cover up my Mexican fan palm. Grass is doing good, so that's an added bonus. And those right over there, those bushes are boxwoods, red cactus, cottonless cottonwood tree, arbor vitae, some more small little, I think they're called golden. It's like a golden arbor bush of some kind. And really, that's it with the outdoors so far. It's a shame we lost the queen palm. That was very nice. It's a shame we lost it, and it's a shame we lost the coconut. We would have probably had the coconut to this day, but you know, my stupidity, I accidentally left it outside, and and we had a hard freeze, like 25, I think, and it died. So it was a shame to see it all burned, and it was doing just fine. So I might go get another one from Osuna Nursery if they get them this year. They are going to be like $60, unless I happen to go to Las Cruces, well, El Paso, and that's if they have them. But if they do, great, because over there it's like 40. Um, I think it's the East Side Discount Nursery. That's where they have the big trees. But Phoenix has big ones for cheap. I mean, probably 10 foot easily sized trees, and they're selling them for like $149. So definitely a steal of a deal to go down there and get one if you're wanting to make a trip out of it. Yeah, that's how much I spent on mine. Well, actually, yes, it was like 35 maybe after tax, but um, it did really good until I brought it in. And the second I brought it in, the leaves started to dry out. Um, they just started to die one by one. And I'm wondering why. But now that really looked at it, and when I was pulling apart the root ball, it was pretty rooted out. So that's probably why it died, because it wasn't the lack of sunlight. It wasn't the lack of it was just the point that it was actually root bound, which caused it to die. So slowly die. But yeah, if anyone remembers, if you go, well, actually, no, I wasn't filming back then. So I'll have to upload a video with pictures of my past palms that I've had and how they looked. Because if you do happen to follow me on Facebook, I could post some videos on that. Just look up EL as the first letter, and then just look up Albinster on Facebook if you have it. Separate the two. They're two different words, EL and then Beanster, and you should be able to find my channel logo. Click that, and you can follow me, and I can upload videos. Well, not videos, but pictures of what I've had back then. So yeah, feel free to do that if you have it. I do have some on Instagram. If you look up my Instagram, 4565 R Salazar, just all lowercase R Salazar, Salazar. Look up that 4565 R Salazar, and you should be able to see my picture, and you should be able to see all my posts on there as well. That's my main Instagram, um, as well as Facebook. But Facebook, you could look me up too as Ruben Salazar. Um, just I'm sure you know how to spell it by now. Reubben. And if you look that up, Ruben Salazar on uh, Facebook, you can also see my main channel, my main Facebook account. But I mainly just keep that more of as a personal Facebook account, and I created this channel one, hoping that it will succeed. But I guess my channel's still too small for Facebook, because I still have no followers on there, even though I put in every description of my videos, follow me on Facebook, as well as feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. But, you know, like I said, I never beg anyone or want anyone, to subscribe, because if they truly genuinely like my content, they would subscribe anyway and like my videos. But, you know, I'll just say feel free to do it. I'm not, technically, I'm not asking them to do, So, again, much appreciated. But yeah, um, pictures from back then. I don't know. I might get a queen. I'm not sure. I really don't want to take a chance on buying another one and then have it die. because I know those are more tropical, though they're pretty cold hardy to a point. I think they're down to maybe 30, so they can handle a lot. But I don't know. We'll see. I want to get some palms for the house, so maybe I can leave them strictly indoors and see how they do. But my house is so dark inside. There's not a lot of lighting or windows in the house, so I don't know how good they would do because it's just pretty much dark constantly. And then with the curtains and the blinds, it's pretty bad. So if I were to ever get a greenhouse, which there is just no space in my yard to do so because it's completely landscaped recently when we bought the place, but so there's really no room for one. Do you have a mule palm or anything like to where you've had experience with it? Um, Cause I would love a queen palm. I mean, those are nice. Once they get big, they are really nice. It was looking nice and real tropical and pretty, and it did well for the time I had it. And I think it died back in January, so that's when I tossed it out. Had the spear pool. It had a it had a fungus of some kind. I don't know. Too. It could have died. The center rotted out for sure, and it died out. But I don't know if that's caused by the root, uh, by being root bound or what. Uh, but they are more cold hardy, so that's good to know. Um, I think I've heard of mule, but I've never actually known what kind they are. So Um, I'm not really too sure about that one, but yeah, I would love to get a coconut. Those are nice. I would really love to get one again, but I don't know when Osuna will have anything. Had a mule palm seeds from T or C, but they died after a week of sprouting. I would say anything with the more feathery type leaves on them are ones that tend to die more because we all know Canary Island, date palms, uh, even queen palms. They're all just too tropical. Even coconuts. I mean, they're so tropical that they're gonna die without getting the protection they need. I should go get some lights from one guy that a long time ago, a couple of years ago, I sold the Mexican fan palm to this guy that I got from Las Cruces, and he still has it. But he's not too far. He's more on the Rio Rancho, borderlining Rio Rancho, Albuquerque area. But um, we keep in touch, and he told me he got these grow lights on Amazon, and it's basically like a lamp with multiple lights. Like if you've ever seen one of those floor lamps with different color lampshades, like the purple, the pink, the red, the blue, the yellow, the green. It's almost like one of those, but they're LED grow lights on each of them. And uh, he says that and I've seen how his palms have grown, and I should really invest in one for sure for the next winter coming up. Still about what 8 months, 9 months away almost, but still. Let's see what he says. I had a coconut palm for 3 years, 3 years ago. It was 5 foot tall. I have an old video. Yeah, I'd really like to see that video, see how it looked. Um, where'd you get your coconut from? Because know last year they started selling the coconuts for like $60 over at Osuna. So I would say mine was close to maybe 4 feet. I would say about 4 feet. Probably, mm, I don't know. Hard to say how tall it was. I would say probably the length between the top of this armoire, like the bottom part of this chest to the floor. Because this is it's an armoire, but I would say it's about the size of that. So, but it died because of the cold. I got it from Home Depot for $40. I highly doubt a Home Depot here in Albuquerque had sold you that Where'd you find that one? Cat loving to play fetch again. There she is. See. She loves to play fetch. You're just a little baby. Her eyes get all big. And there she goes. Let's see. Was it a Home Depot in Albuquerque? I did see at Home Depot last year. They had real small Majesty palms. They were like in a little tiny cup, maybe about this big, and the whole thing of the palm was maybe about from my chest, maybe about. I would say they're about what 4 inches tall, but they were little Majesty palms that they were selling. I think for like $8. So I should have got one of those. I kind of regret not getting one, but I would like Majesty, but the thing is, Majesty palms are sold everywhere. There's so many of them. Um, you can get them in Santa Fe. You can get them here. There's really nothing special about them. I mean, they're just house plants, really. Albuquerque Home Depot. They said they had a mix, 90 and 4 feet tall. Oh yeah, that if they were selling them years ago, yeah. I don't know why they would stop though, because I think our climate has really increased since then. Because look at our winter, look how mild it was. I really do think we rank with Las Cruces as far as the weather goes. And temperatures, they're maybe like a couple weeks ahead of us. They started getting temps of 80 roughly, like I said, about 2 weeks ago. Now we're getting them. So we almost have the same seasons year round, uh, along with them. So, and if they can sell palms and windmills and all that, great. But I think I only saw windmills. They do sell Mexicans though. One palm that I've been really wanting to get is a blue Mexican fan palm, Brahia Armada. I would love one of those. Even a Bismarck too, but yeah, I know. Yep, 7B, 7A, and 7B, unfortunately, but feel global warming is changing it. Yep, I feel the same because, like I said, we don't get much cooler than we're not much cooler than Las Cruces and El Paso. So if that's the case, why can't we, grow palms? The only reason that we can't really grow them officially here without any problems is because there is the 1 or 2, 3 days of very cold weather, and I think the lowest we got was like 13. I think that was their low for this year. So again, I don't even think that cold. I would say 15 but either way, still cold enough to kill a palm, except Trachycarpus because those are basically can handle anything. I'm even tempted to go plant one in Santa Fe and see how it does because you know I do have some family still in Santa Fe, so I've given some Mexican fan palms to them, and they probably have to be the only people in Santa Fe who have palm trees there. Mexican fan palms and stuff. So kind of nice. Santa Fe's more up north in the mountains, about 60 miles away from here. But very cool knowing that there's trees up there. Knowing they definitely can't survive up there, but yeah, our low was 16, but the wind chill it was cooler. Yeah, well, I'm actually from Santa Fe. Well, I was born in Albuquerque, but I lived in Santa Fe my whole life. So, um, I moved. I left Santa Fe back in 2019. Well, I guess beginning of the pandemic. So basically March of 2020. So I moved to Albuquerque officially. We bought the house back in 2019, but we hadn't been able to move over here officially because of school and work and all that. So once I had finally done all that, in the pandemic, helped with that. We were able to move over here. So yeah, Santa Fe gets down pretty cold. They get maybe another I would say 5 to 8 degrees colder than we do. Santa Fe, I think their lowest was maybe 8 degrees or 5 degrees. I'm not sure. They got cold for a short time, but it depends. The way Santa Fe is, when you're driving up to it, there's the whole west side, and then there's kind of the northern east side of it. It's the side against the mountain, like Canyon Road area, that gets super cold up there. I think it's a 20-degree difference roughly from Albuquerque, from where I am to over there. So, and then what's weird is half that city gets snow and the other half doesn't. Not much. So it's kind of weird the way it works. But it's surrounded by mountains, with the Jemez and the Sangre de Cristo mountains and um, those other side mountains over there. So it's kind of surrounded, and they get more cloudy days than we do. Um, so yeah, Santa Fe, it starts getting cold pretty fast over there. I would say winter pretty much starts in, gosh, maybe I would like to say October, even September. It really starts changing up there, getting cold very fast. So, um, and then it takes forever to warm up. I mean, they're warming up now, but kind of surprised they're warming up this warm at this time of year. But April, here comes April, so I'm sure they'll start getting. I think they're going to get to possibly 70, but they're still getting lows of like 24, 30s, or they're still freezing a little bit. But it's weird the way it is. Las Cruces is pretty much 2 weeks ahead of us. Santa Fe's 2 weeks behind us. It's kind of weird, or possibly 3 weeks. It depends, but yeah, Santa Fe's nice, but it's really changed too much. So many apartments. As we all know, Santa Fe is basically a tourist trap. Not, don't anyone watching, don't take it the wrong way, but I'm just saying it's mainly a tourist attraction for people to go. It's people from New York, people from California have moved there, and knowing how that city was when I grew up, it's pretty sad to see it the way it is now. You know, they've destroyed statues, they've destroyed historic monuments, they've destroyed a lot of it, and they're really destroying the city and its image. Santa Fe used to be the holy city, and now it's the think different city, or no, city different city, and it's never grown. It's really small. Doesn't have it's it's smaller than Las Cruces. It doesn't have that much to offer. Doesn't have any great stores. Doesn't have any great malls. Half of the stores there, uh, not they're mainly just kind of they're not even local stores. They're people from Mexico have started their companies and stores there. So that's really what it comes down to. But nothing great in Santa Fe. Really kind of generic restaurants. Taco Bell, McDonald's, Burger King, KFC. Nothing churches. Really nothing fancy like Albuquerque, but or Las Cruces. Let's see what Bucky says. I can't wait for 80 degrees coming on Sunday. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. But really, that's kind of what I think of. Plus, Santa Fe is really expensive to live in. It's housing. You can't even get a nice house for maybe under 500. You can't even get under 500,000. Over here, you can get a nice house for roughly that price, if less. But someone says they love the taste of raw tree bark. Okay, I don't know. I really don't know what raw tree bark tastes like, but maybe it tastes sap. Maybe it tastes like pine, like a pine tree. Maybe like a sappy. But yeah, Albuquerque is nice. I think eventually in the next couple years we will get to that point where we're not gonna really have any more winters or anything. Where do you happen to get the tree bark? You just peel it off the tree, or do they sell it, or kind of I'm still fuzzy on all that. And there's the cat. Little baby. She's just a little baby. She loves to play fetch. I don't know where she brought her toy, though. Live chat. It's good. But yeah, 80 degrees will be nice eventually. Can't wait for that. And the nice thing is there's no wind. So can't wait for it. But yeah, my main plan for Phoenix was to go and get pretty much all of the palms that I wanted, the ones that I really cared or, really liked the most for. So that's kind of what I did. And I did get a date palm, but it died. So yeah, I luckily don't really have to worry about that because I have some dates growing. Let's see, I'm going to go. Thanks for the live stream. Keep it up. All right, Bucky Dog Games. Well, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And anyone else watching, thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We're almost at 100, so yay! we'll get there, and more videos coming up. So spread the word about my channel if you feel free to do that. If you think anyone would like it. So all right, well, I'm going to cut it off here. So see you in the next one. Another review's coming out too.